Yeah, I think there are lots of pros and cons for social media, and it's a very individual decision. Access to information is abundant in social media, and can be a wonderful thing. It can also be extremely overwhelming. People sort of don't know what's accurate information. They don't want people from all over the world contacting them, people that they don't know. For other people, that's enormously comforting, that their situation has impacted people all over the world, and they're hearing from people who either have been through their situation, who are just simply sending love and prayers, who are sending all kinds of support, or who are just there at 3 in the morning when you go online and you're really, really struggling, and there's somebody out there to respond because for somebody else, they're also awake and online.
You know, when I would wake up at 4 in the morning freaking out about diagnosis or, about treatment or whatever, I would go to them and someone would be there to talk to, and it was a huge help. I think social media in the sense of like Facebook and blogs and things like that have helped us all connect a lot. And in my life before diagnosis, I was pretty resistant to those things in general. It was not a big part of my life. But since Kai's diagnosis, it did become a source of building real friendships with people and having real connections with people. It also made it very easy to allow our extended friends and family to connect with what was going on with us. And it made it very easy to not have to make a million phone calls. I could just write a blog post or put something up on Facebook, and it made it a lot more manageable.
My greatest support is the Facebook group for Trisomy18 mommies. It's a bunch of women, and it's just incredible. You can say whatever you want. You know, there's no judging. There's understanding that each child and each family is different. Some people choose to do lots more intervention than others. They also have extensive medical knowledge. My parents live in Iowa, so there's support over the phone. They're actually coming out for Christmas to spend Christmas with her. They don't want to see me. They want to see the baby. But, in terms of like, I need somebody here now, then there's not really anybody. We live in a small town. I don't have any family here. Bruce's family is crazy.
Support, is key. Reaching out and finding groups. That for me, in particular was a lifeline. Being able to communicate to other families and get their perspective on, different treatments or medications, therapies, being able to just call and cry on the phone with them or be a shoulder to them was also, huge. There are many parents that get newly diagnosed and they're a little nervous about doing that, and I can see why, because it's scary, but I think it's necessary for them to have that community support. So
some people have found care pages really a way of recording, like a journal, their experience. It's a way of just getting it out, and for some people they actually don't need people to read it, and for some people they get a lot of gratification and validation for people reading what they've written.
I used Facebook because Talon had a lot of followers and a lot of people that wanted to be updated, and so I spoke a lot from my heart, the ups and downs, both sides of it, and telling stories, what I was going through physically, and then the good days and all the above, and the feedback I would get would also help me. People saying, about being strong, stuff like that, whatever, going forward. But it helped me get Talon's story out there because I feel it's a great story. I feel that he had a lot to offer, and ultimately people wanted to know. And I like to speak from my heart as a father, to maybe thinking that maybe some father that's having a struggle or some parents that having a struggle can read this and find what the little things are and the big things are in their own life, and as far as their families, healthy or not, that they can read and say, you know what, I could be in Chad's shoes and deal what he's dealing with, but I have a healthy family. And you kind of bring people back to reality a little bit, and know that sometimes problems are minor compared to other situations in the world, and also to give words of encouragement that we're doing okay, and that talent's a strength of ours.
For other people, it's a lot of pressure and a huge burden, because there's an expectation that you're going to keep up with it and that all these people are reading it. If they don't hear from you in a day, they're worried. There's a lot of pressure, what's happening, and you've maybe made a decision for now. You don't want to share something. So for some people, it's a lot of pressure and a lot of expectation that you will be communicating constantly in a way that sometimes feels like something that actually you don't want to do.